Good morning. It is 7:30 a.m. and I've already done 5 hours of anger management today. How about them apples? So, um, I'm having a kind of a shit day in terms of my radical body transformation, and I guess I want to share about that just to keep it real because this is a process and it's a very multi-layered process at that. At the same time, I've made probably 20 different takes of this video and I didn't like any of them because I really just don't want to sit here and be angry and bitch about stuff because I just don't like focusing on things that aggravate me anyway. I just want to solve problems and move forward, and I'm like a proactive person kind of. So today what irked the crap out of me is I've got this new gym membership which has a great swimming pool which is available 24 hours a day. But for me, I need my own swim lane to myself. I am not able to share a swimming lane, which becomes difficult and sometimes impossible when you use a public swimming pool and there's a lot of people there because they start doubling up lanes. And a lot of times if some random stranger asks to join your swim lane and you say no, they say yes anyway and they just climb in. They're not really asking you, they're kind of telling you. So I can't do that. I have to, if they refuse to honor my boundary, then I have to get back out of the pool. So I find that whole thing so stressful, even having that conversation, even wondering if people are going to approach me with that conversation is so stressful for me that I would really rather get out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and take the subway downtown so I can swim in absolute privacy. I mean that so literally that's what I've been doing. That's been my plan. I set my alarm for 3 o'clock so that I could get up and go downtown, be on the train by like 3:15, get down there at 4, be out of the pool by 5, and then so 5 o'clock, 5:15, 5:30, when all the able-bodied people start filing in so they can swim before work, then I'm already a gone pecan, right? So that's my little plan. I'm disabled. My time is my own. I can, I have certain things I need to do, but I can do them mostly on my own time frame. And so I wanted to use that advantage to counter my disadvantage of absolutely needing privacy in the swimming pool and having sometimes difficulty making that happen. So I had a nice little thing all set up where it was going to work between my transportation of getting downtown on the time scale and I did it last week. I took the train. Yesterday I did it. Well, yesterday they made me late though, but the week prior to that I did it and it was fine. But they've changed the train schedule now by the grace of God just to screw with me. So now they've made it so that it's an hour and a half later. I would have to go an hour and a half later, which totally dinks my entire plan of getting up in the middle of the night. So either I have to shift my entire schedule and like start going at 9 o'clock p.m. That's another alternative. Maybe I'll try that next time. Maybe I'll just be a sporty adventurer, turn this whole wasted day of 5 hours of anger before the sun comes up. Maybe I can just turn that into a little experiment where I can just really switch it up and go twice in one day. How about that? So maybe that's what I will do. It's now about 20 minutes to 8 and I've eaten breakfast, which totally upends my eating schedule. That's the part I didn't get to, is like, because I have to take the train to the pool and they changed the train schedule, so I was not able to go to the swimming pool on my schedule. That got me totally annoyed. And then I was trying to go back to sleep because my neighbors weren't awake yet and I couldn't think of anything I wanted to do other than swim or scream or make noise. So I just tried to lay back down and that was nonsense. That's not gonna work. So then I started getting really, really hungry because I've learned that with this intermittent fasting, when I start getting hungry in the morning, especially like the very first initial like suggestions that you might be hungry. I ate really light yesterday, so it started out super early today. But excuse me, but long story short, I ended up getting actual hunger pains, which combined with my anger and my PTSD about not being mobile enough to go to the swimming pool and trying to work around the able-bodied people of the world and feeling like I just can't make it work no matter how hard I try. All of that is just kind of like turned into a psychological avalanche of PTSD fucking around with my radical body transformation. So that's what I'm working through this morning. Long story short, I was deprived intentionally of food as a child. as punishment, so I don't make myself go hungry. Like that thing of being abandoned without food for extended periods of time is so psychologically painful for me that it's like something that is coming up for me as I work on this intermittent fasting, because I'm not trying to punish myself here. I'm not angry at myself for being fat. I just need to change my relationship to food, and I need to regulate my hormones by adjusting and shifting my eating schedule. So I've been doing that. Not a huge challenge. Um, but if I have to keep switching my time schedules around, then it's getting harder. It makes it harder for me to, like, if I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to exercise, then I don't know when I'll be able to eat, right? Because, like, today, I'm going to go, it's 7:45, so in an hour and 15 minutes, I'm going to take the train down to the gym. I'm sure it's running now, motherfuckers. So I'm just going to go get on their fucking train and go downtown and cross my fingers, clench my butt. I don't know what I'll do. Grab a little lucky rabbit's foot. Not lucky for the rabbit when they cut the foot off, right? So I need some kind of little good luck charm, and I'll go down there at 9 and I'll arrive at 10, and hopefully all the able-bodied people will be at their jobs by then, and I'll be able to swim without having to duck or dodge or scream at them. If it's an issue, I guess I'll just be prepared for the fact that I may not actually be able to swim when I arrive if it's busy. And just be prepared to not be super angry about it. It's an experiment. Maybe I'll swim, maybe I won't. It's going to be too overcast for me to go to the outdoor swimming pool today. I mean, I could tough it out, but it's kind of like with the intermittent fasting. I'm not going to, if it's triggering my PTSD of reminding me of my abuse, that I feel like I'm abusing myself as I was abused, then I'm just going to say no, and I'm not going to do it. Like when I got super hungry and got painful this morning and started upsetting me, I just ate something. And I just ate breakfast now. So the trick is to not be angry when you're not able to follow your perfectly good little plan. Because you know what? My perfectly good little plan could be completely wrong and stupid anyway. You know what I mean? So, for all I know, there could have been some maniac in there who was going to cut my throat in the swimming pool at 3 in the morning. You just never know. So, yeah, if that doesn't work out, or maybe even if it does, just as another little experiment, as a little thought experiment exercise, maybe I will go back at 9 o'clock p.m., get down there, arrive at 10, get out at 11. 11 o'clock is not too bad to be taking the train home from downtown. So that might be my sweet spot where I start working out at 9 o'clock p.m. So I hate that. I would much, much, much rather be able to just get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, jump in a car, hop down there, and have my whole day to myself, even after a nap. Like that would be queen size. You know what I mean? So that's gonna have to be a goal. I have to make a car happen so that I can live a decent life, because this is really driving me crazy. Like it's so close and yet so far. Like a lot of times with being disabled, I just feel like the world is all right there and I'm just pressing my nose up against the glass, like looking at that Thanksgiving dinner I cannot eat of life. Like I live 1.3 miles from the Pacific Ocean and I'm not able to step my feet in because I can get my walker. If I deal with the hassle of taking my walker on 2 buses to get to the ocean, that's fine. And I've done that a bunch of times, but then like when you get to the end of the sidewalk, there's a good another 400 or 500 feet of sand between the sidewalk and the ocean, and I would have to like get my walker over there, and I can't. So this too shall pass, you know what I mean? This is why I'm transforming my body so that I can enjoy the simple things of life. And that's how I can really look at it, is like, as they say, hunger is the best sauce. Like if you can look at the beauty of life, of people riding bicycles and swimming in the ocean and just doing the simple things of life, and you can't do it. Like that just puts the fire in you to change it so that you can. All right, now I'm gonna cry, so I have to go. Bye.